Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Age of Ultron figure from Hot Toys, and it is Ultron himself. Now this is a huge box. Let's see, he is about 19 inches in height, the box. So let's take a look at the figure and all the accessories. Alright, and here I have Ultron outside the packaging, and he doesn't come with any accessories other than the base, which is nice. It has the Avengers logo on it. Yeah, basically the teaser poster image on the base itself, and it is a light up base, which I'll show in a sec. But here's a good look at Ultron. Rotate him around. There's a side view of him. And there's a back view. Now, one thing I do want to say straight right off the bat is that this guy is somewhat limited as far as range of motion around the head, but everywhere else he seems very articulated, which I am happy about. I would say he's even better than SH Figuarts. Not as great as Revoltech, but he's definitely way better than SH Figuarts as far as articulation. Because usually, when you buy figures like these big ones from Hot Toys, they tend to have a very limited articulation as far as how much you could do, and but with the smaller ones like SH Figuarts, Revoltech, usually they are better with articulation because you're more willing to mess with them as far as posing them than these bigger pieces. But I found him to be quite articulated. So there are 4 pieces you need to 4 coverings you need to remove in order to gain access to the battery compartment. Here, the bicep section. Let me rotate this arm around so you guys can see it. Here on the inner bicep section, here's where the batteries are housed and the on-off switch. And same thing for the side. You can see right there. And then on the head, remove the top of its head. There's the battery compartment and the switch. And on the back side, there's the battery compartment and there's the switch. And once they're all on, here you can see there are a bunch of red colors coming out. His chest definitely, and then bicep, and then forearm a little bit. And here you can see bicep, and then forearm is just a little, and then the body, the neck, and the head. See those eyes? That's extremely bright for the head. You can see those eyes are pretty much white with red around it. And there's the top of his head. I think the eyes are a little too bright, but everything else looks fine. The neck, you can see some red coming through, and then same with the body. It's nice. And then with the mouth, when you open this mouth up, you can see there's a little red coming through. Yeah. And from the back side, you can see a lot of red coming through, which is nice, and it reflects off the silver paint. Really cool looking Ultron figure. Alright, let's start off with articulation. Head is on a ball joint. Here you can see it's on a ball joint, but the back side is attached. The head is attached to the spine section here. It's a rubber piece, but it actually runs all the way down the spine. So that piece is not removable, so it limits his articulation quite a bit. If you want him to look sideways, it's very tough, and looking up and looking down is also very tough because of these 2 strips of rubber pieces. And that has to be the worst part about this figure. And here in the collar section, you can see there are movement. If I rotate his head a little bit, it does shift around a little bit. Like you can kind of see it's moving with it, which helps with the articulation a little bit, but not by a whole lot. And then here, these shoulder pieces are movable. They're spring-loaded, so it helps with the articulation. So even when you raise his arms up, these shoulder pads won't get in the way because they do shift around, which is awesome. And this front piece here, this front section right here with the ridges. And then the shoulders, which is right here, and these are on a ball joint. But actually this whole thing's a ball hinge joint, but you gotta be really careful because it is very, very stiff. So when you move the arm, I highly recommend you holding this piece when you're moving instead of holding the arm, and rotate the whole arm up or down, because I would definitely, because there's going to be a lot of pressure running through here, the section. If you're just moving the arm up and down, I would hold on to this piece when you're moving it. And then you already saw the bicep swivel joint earlier right there. And then these are double jointed elbows. They do ratchet, which is nice. But as far as the range, it's not that great. Well, actually, it's pretty good, but once you get to this point, the bicep armor does get in the way. And then hands are on a ball joint, and then fingers are all individually articulated, which is nice. And you don't get an extra set of hands or anything like that. You just have this set, and that's it. And then the chest, there is a ball joint in there. And from underneath here, you can kind of see this joint in here. It's a ball joint, but it is limited to a rectangular shape, how far you can move it, because his spine, his body that runs through here, runs up into that rectangular shape. So it's kind of limited as to how far you can move from side to side. On the abdominal area, there is a ratcheting joint. So as far as abdominal, ratcheting joint, he could lean forward about that much. Not a whole lot, but still there's something. And around the hips, you have this panel that opens up to give way for a little more range motion. And his legs can be lowered a little bit. And here you can see it could be lowered about that much, which gives them a bit more range motion. And this thigh piece right here, it is spring loaded, which gives away a little bit for articulation as well. So he could definitely sit down if you want him to, but not like a full-on sitting position, maybe a little bit slanted, but he could still do a sitting position. And he also has a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, can go about that much, and then ball jointed ankles and toes articulation. Now, if you want him to turn his head, he could actually turn it, given that this piece is gonna come sticking out. Here, this rubber piece is gonna flap outward. But once you straighten his head back, you could tug that piece back in. You can see right here, basically that rubber piece came out, a section of it came out. But again, once you put his head back into the forward position, you could always tug that plastic piece back in. And these panels back here are spring-loaded as well, just to give way for articulation for the shoulder piece. So let's do a closer look at Ultron. And one thing I don't like is around his nose. You can see there are a lot of lines here, a lot of painted lines. because they filled in all the grooves. I wish they didn't, because in the film you don't see them as pronounced as these. Because right now there's a lot of stuff going on around his nose area, which I don't think he looked like that in the movie. So I think if they left it silver instead of painting in all the grooves, he would have looked a lot better. And let's take a closer look at the rest of his body. And here you can see there are minor defects here and there. Some of the plastic being pushed out a little bit here and there. Not a perfect figure, but it's a decent looking one. There's a lot of stuff going on around this midsection here. And these legs. And a good look at him from the back side. Overall, I think this is a good figure. Not the best, but it's definitely up there. If you're an Ultron fan, then you're probably gonna like this a lot. Even though we're not getting the final form of Ultron, but I actually like this version more than the final form. So I'm glad they make this instead of that one, because that one looks a little goofy, too bulky. And here's that Avenger base lit up. Took the rod out, and this is what it looks like. Kind of cool. You could display him next to Ultron, or have him stand on top of it. Whichever way, this thing's gonna look good. Or display this base with the rest of the team, the Avengers. So yeah, that's awesome. And here's a size comparison between Ultron and Mark 45, and you can clearly see Mark 45 is a lot shorter than Ultron. Ultron towers over him at around 16.5 inches in height, while Iron Man, it's about 12 inches, give or take. Yeah, about 13, 12.5 inches. But here you can see 16.5 for Ultron. And this guy's gonna set you back quite a bit. I forgot. I think he was like $350 or something like that. I'm not sure right now, but he is very pricey. What was it for? I don't even remember the price now, but he is quite pricey. He's still available. Maybe he'll go down in price after a while, because he's, I don't know. I don't exactly know how well this thing's gonna do, but he's still available for purchase. And so there you go. There's Ultron from Hot Toys. Thanks for watching.